Good morning, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. Today's message, if I had to put a title to it, it'd be something along the lines of Who is God? But so many things I want to talk about. I want to talk about cellular ascension. I want to talk about dreams. But I think before we get into that, we have to ask ourselves that basic question. And you think about it all around the world, right? They have different religions, different gods, and everyone thinks that their God is the right God. And even in some countries, they have many religions and many gods to choose from. So how do you know which is the right one? It is actually quite simple. And the Magi teach, the original monotheistic religion, Zoroastrianism, teach that an all good creator made an all good world. Because what else could a perfect creator have but a perfect idea? He created this world from his heart and mind, and it's perfect. Okay? And now I'm not talking about the lie and illusion that you see, or the sin and the hate and war and killing the world. That's not the perfect creator's perfect idea. That's what happens when man has free will to create his world, and he allows in the wrong vibrations. Because who are we? I mean, we got to ask ourselves that. We're conscious energy vibrating in a form. We're just like our daddy. We're creative beings, and what we hold and vibrate, we create, right? The Christ said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my vibration has God life." What is his vibration? It's being one with the all good God, the loving Father, he called him. You know, he told the Jews that were, crucified him. He said, "You're of your father, the devil," because he was a murderer from the beginning. My friends, good spirit doesn't hate, war, and kill. And that's what the Christ was trying to show the Jewish people, right? And today's Christianity has missed this. When they said eye for an eye, go in and kill the men, women, and children, Jesus said, "Love your enemies." Is a completely different God and idea than what they had. And that's why he was the Christ, the Savior, because he's bringing the highest principle of good. God is the Germanic word for the highest principle of good. So you have to ask yourself, look at your God, look at your religious text. Is that the highest good that you can think of? Or do you find yourself always having to defend your God, to defend your book and its stories? My friends, that is not, a good sign. That's what I love about Zoroastrianism and Asha. Listen to this. Asha 13 says the original word in the ancient text means vibration. So the original thought, idea, vibration of God that creates is that all good comes from the Creator and no evil comes from him. And from this original vibration that we hold, the spiritual world is made straight and the material world is brought into order. Now get this, the original word of false religion, the false gods, is that evil comes from the Creator. And this false idea is all the evil that creatures suffer. All the suffering in the world is from having your highest idea of good that isn't very good, that hates, wars, kills, destroys. And my friends, look at your text, look at your God, and ask yourself, who have you invited into yourself? We always talk about believing in God, inviting God into you. What energy are you possessed by? Because that's what happens. Everything's energy, vibrating in form, right? What energies have you brought into yourself? What are you possessed by? What energies? Is it hating, warring, killing, destroying? Or is it all good, unconditional love, peace, joy, kindness, no matter what's going on around? My friends, with Ahura Mazda, the all good spirit, it doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter what the evil spirit's doing, or mistaken people are doing, or it doesn't change his nature. Good spirit doesn't go from loving to hateful and vengeful and killing. His nature is just good. And my friends, in truth, that's that divine spark inside of you. That's what this world is meant to evolve to. And my friends, as you start to take on these higher frequencies, we've talked about it, it's like veils, and you hold these higher vibrations and you pull down a veil and you step into a little better world, and you pull down another one and into a better world, until finally you get to the truth, the real above all real, the perfect creator's perfect idea where everything's working in harmony together with no harm to anyone else. It's a beautiful existence and evolution, and that's where we're meant to live in. It's taking place, my friends, this ascension on a cellular level. And I have to ask you, many of you have been following me for years. You know, we know the body, it rebuilds itself every 7 years, right? Are you going to be prepared in your body for this next ascension? Have you cut out eating meat, my friends? What you take into you, what you eat, it turns into flesh and bone and skin and hair. And you know, what are you putting inside of you? Are you killing animals? Killing, there you go, that's not of God good. Okay, that might be of some of the other gods, the false gods, but killing is not of the good spirit. We can grow our food and we can be strong and healthy and powerful, and you change your very structure. What are you letting into your mind? My friends, you can't fool the power, okay? You're not going to ascend. You're not going, I could just leave it there. You're not going to ascend if you don't do the steps. What do I mean by that? You have to hold those highest vibrations. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my vibration, the Christ vibration, one with good spirit, the loving Father, not the Jehovah's, not the Allah's, not the Shiva, the destroyers. That's why the Christ came. Look at the stories that we talked about this when James and John said, let's call down fire from heaven. They're talking to Jesus, said, let's call down fire from heaven on this city that rejected our message. Jesus told them, you don't know what spirit you are of. Well, you know, they were just repeating what they had seen in their previous stories when Jehovah would bring fire down and the prophets would bring fire down. And Jesus told them, you don't know what spirit you're of. We need a spirit change. We need an energy change. What are you possessed by right now? Is it a God that gets angry and kills and destroys and doesn't make sense? And that's what I found about these dark system matrix religions. They'll tell you their ways to salvation, but they don't make sense to your mind. And what do they tell you? Well, your little puny human mind can't understand these higher thoughts of God. No, we understand just fine. That's not good. That's not God. And you'll see they're priests, right? They're money-grabbing thieves. All the worst atrocities in our history and wars and killing have come from these false religions, and it influences the politics. It influences the family life. You know, we need a change. We need a higher vibration to go into these higher dimensions. I want to share with you, I'm probably going to do 2 videos today, but quickly, please stay with me. I hope you're still with me. I want to share a dream that I had with you. It was so enlightening to me. I should have checked to make sure the camera's going to pick this up. But last night in my dream, okay, I found myself in this pit, okay, and I was having a hard time getting out of it. Finally, I climbed out of it, and then there was a stairway going down, and there was a double door here that I could escape from. But on the stair, right in the middle, was a person with a gun. And so I had to maneuver my way around this person with a gun. Then I get to the double door where my freedom is, and there's 2 guards standing there. So then I have to fight my way through them, only to find the double door has a chain wrapped around it with a padlock, and I couldn't break the lock, so I got the door spread enough and I had to squeeze myself through the door. And then I'm running down this road to freedom and I'm being chased, and then I started to come to myself, and I thought, what am I doing? You know, this is all happening in my own mind, okay? There's not another person attacking me right now. There's not a devil attacking me. I'm doing this to myself. And I'll tell you what I did when I came to myself. Let me grab a eraser here, hold on. I started erasing the things like the pit that I was stuck in that was so frustrating trying to get out of. In my mind, I erased that. And then this guard here on the stairs, I erased their weapon, you know, and now I'm just kind of playing in my dream. I'm having some fun. And I'm saying, you know, they went to pull their weapon, there's no gun. I'm all, where's your gun, right? And then I erased that guard. Then I come down here to these two guards and I'm looking at them, and now I'm blown away. I'm thinking, my God, I made these people I'm looking at. I can see how they're dressed. I dressed them. Okay, I can see the cut of their hair and color. I can see their eyes and all this stuff I made in my mind. And I'm thinking, why did I make people in my own mind to give me hell, you know? And so I erased them, and then I erased the chain, and then I erased the door, okay? And then here I am on the road running away, right? And so I erased the stairs, I erased the road, and I'm left there. And then I got this idea, what happens if I erase myself? And I erased myself, and everything was blank, and I was still here. And that blew me away. As I started to come out of my sleep, I just laid there blown away. That whole world that I created, I erased it, and even myself, but I was still here. Okay, my friends, so why would we do that to ourselves in our own mind, in our dreams? And are we possibly doing that in our awake state to ourselves? Are a lot of the things going on around us taking place inside of us because we have wrong subconscious prompters, wrong ideas, wrong beliefs? And my friends, I'm telling you, if we can change our beliefs and our ideas to higher beliefs and ideas, it's like, you know, you've heard this before, it's like tuning in a radio. You get to choose what energies you connect to, and that's what your world's going to look like. You can choose to connect your energies, your radio station or your Bluetooth, if you will, to a God that hates, wars, kills, is always angry at you. If you do something wrong, he's going to burn you in hell and torture you, and always having to make up excuses for him and for his book. And, you know, or you can choose the all good spirit that's love, peace, joy, and you take that energy into you, and you're going to create your world out of that. Same with your politics, your government. You can choose one that wars and kills and always bickering and fighting amongst each other and controlling the people, or you can pick one that isn't that's loving, that's kind, that puts the people first. And my friends, we can change this world by changing our mind. Our mind, I've told you this before, our mind can change our brain, rewire our brains, which changes our mind, our hearts, our souls, and what we vibrate and what we are creating. We have so much power, and it starts with simple things like in your own heart and mind, in your dreams. Look at them and start taking control. Never leave a dream negative. If you can, start taking control in your dream. If not, once you wake up, change that outcome to what you wanted and start doing that in your life. If you don't like the way things are going, start to change it, reaching for higher and different vibrations. And my friends, magic happens. Magic and miracles are all around us. I mean, in one generation, we could change this whole world to a beautiful evolution, but we're going to have to get rid of some of the wrong vibrations and ideas and religions and politics, and that can be scary because you are told there's going to be dire consequences for it. But you know what we're finding? There's nothing to fear. There's no monster on the other side, because the real above all real, the highest truth, is a perfect creator had a perfect idea, which is a perfect you and a perfect world, and that's what we're going to come into. And anything that doesn't look like that, any God, any book, any so-called religious text, any government, we don't want it. We're not going to bring that energy into us. We're going to stay in these high dimensions, high frequencies. My friends, love each other, love yourself, don't eat meat, don't spray poisons around your home. Let's change this world back to the good. I love you so much. We'll see you next time.